Stay a moment. All my walls are falling, and my heart is beating loud until I hit the ground. Will you stay around until I hit the ground? Will you stay around? Find me in the clouds until I hit the ground. Until I hit the ground. No, no, until I hit the ground. When you're leaving, can't escape the feeling. You got me spiraling down. If you hold me, maybe we can go all in, baby. I'll be yours and you'll be mine. Get me high till I hit the ground. Will you stay around? Find me in the clouds until I hit the ground. Until I hit the ground. No, no, until I hit the ground. No, no. The ground. I just want.
I'm running on diesel, baby, I'm active. Shawty wanna know what's happening. Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I kill it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm dead with. Bomb, 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 bomb. Feeling I'm massive. Feeling like bomb, 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 bomb.
I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna wait a while, wait a while, wait a while. I just wanna.
I'm running on diesel, baby, I'm active. Shawty wanna know what's happening. Baby, no cap, I'm captain. Honey, no rings on me, ain't bagging. Diesel, feeling I'm massive. I kill it like Shaq, I'm shacking. That little bitch, she savage. Hit it on top all night, I'm dead with. Bomb, 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 yeah, bomb, 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 bomb. Feeling I'm massive. Feeling like bomb, 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 bomb. Dip, slide, when I wanna dive. Hit it to the rhythm all day and night. Ladies in the vibe, ain't no wasting the time. Gotta shoot my shot till I get what I like. Shawty really wanna fuck in the moment. Little homie looking bad, never got long. When the pop song, girl gon' pop off. When we count that beat, you can't go.
I just wanna. I just wait a while, wait.
Good afternoon. Poor you, Chayan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. I hope you're all doing well. Um, it is the first time in days that I have had my voice. Like I've been sick. So for the past several days, I have not been able to speak. Um, so I've just been in really rough shape. But I am mostly recovered now, and so ciao. Must have been Italian. Italian. I'm gonna assume Italian. Good guy though. Wishing me luck. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, but no, since it's the first time that I have not been sick since getting back from EchiCon, I thought I'd stream. And since we have a new update for Snowbreak, obviously we gotta play that. I am super hyped for Boo Boo. Like Boo Boo's new fit. It looked hot. I'm actually currently in the process of downloading the content. So while that's waiting, we're gonna watch Snowbreak. Snowbreak, new trailer. I think we've already seen this, but we'll see it anyways. We'll watch it again. It's this one.
Adjutant, stay alert.
This op is dangerous. Allow Boo Boo the Geomancer to cast divination. Calamity encountered. Serenity bestowed.
Did those fly out from her cleavage?
And this is big prosperity.
Big
Hands on
prosperity.
Something is moving toward us, entering visual range. Yeah.
That ass had like the greatest jiggle I've ever seen on a butt ever. So like she slides between these pylons that she sets up. Very cat-like.
Thank you, Adjutant.
You know, where'd my cat go?
Long time no see, Adjutant.
So this is the updated trailer. I think I've shown it on here before, but it looks pretty interesting.
I am Sisyphus. I have come to kill you.
And so we're finally facing it looks like one of those demiurges, I think. Oh, what the oh. I know what's happening.
Don't even think about hurting me.
Snowbreak finished updating. All right, so Snowbreak finished its update. So we're here now. We're here now. Okay. And here we go. So, ooh. Ooh.
The adjutant's
That was hot.
here. Quietly now. Adjutant! Missed me? Huh? Not even a flinch? That's my adjutant!
I am interested in that outfit. I don't know, something about magical girls just does things to me. We're not gonna do anything yet. Before I do anything, I'm gonna grab all the stuff that I can get. Like, I need these. I need these. I need these.
Next time, maybe I'll help
Ah.
you pick out something useful too.
Oh, that is the max amounts. Okay. What else do I need or want? Level up operatives. Yeah, sure. And then this is also operatives. What I really want, though, I want to level up my, yeah, my logistics officers. Those are who I really need to level up, because they are not very high level right now. I have a few that are maxed out, but most of them are not. Can't do anything with that. What is this? Special code that can, well, I guess I can grab something here. Ooh.
Sometimes I get the urge to just buy everything.
I don't know if I want to get that, though. Nothing there. So I'm doing a really quick check of like everything here just to make sure that I can buy stuff or that I have everything I need. Alright, so I think that's everything for that. And then we're gonna go here. Okay, so this is the story. Damn, that does look hot. Okay, but that's not what we want. What we want... Echo. Good God. And we're gonna do 100%. Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough. We're gonna do a wish. See if I get lucky on my first wish. No. I didn't get anything. I didn't get squat. Can I do another one? I can. See if I get lucky on my second wish. No. One purple. Damn it. Okay. That's all the wishes I've got. Motherfucker. Okay. So we will keep trying. And I think if you, I think what will happen is, since Boo Boo is the character that you can pull for, I think, Mauser is free in the next update. But I don't know for sure. But so we're gonna go to main story. And Reflection of Valor. What is this? Special chapter. Okay. Wait. Okay, it's all the same. So, but now let's do the prelude. I always miss the prelude, but we're gonna do the prelude this time. Yggdrasil headquarters. Tao's office. God, I actually missed talking. I'm not gonna lie. Like in all the other games, I don't talk, but in this one, I actually have to speak because I'm reading out loud. Kind of miss it. How's the situation? Oh, she's not talking. I assumed there'd be voiceover here. Just as we expected. The confinement serum is still active. Etta hasn't recovered yet. Had it been before the serum was used, even with Yggdrasil's full computing power behind it, Ganges wouldn't have been able to even get past Mistletane's firewall. To reach Mistletaine Station and erase Etta at the root. That had always been our goal. So when I returned from New Hentiro, with Ganges on board with the plan, I told Tao it was time to put it into action. Northwind Aerospace Center had been fully restored and placed under strict military guard. Yggdrasil's other lines of business were put on hold. Every Heimdall operative stood by for deployment. Ooh. Ooh. I do feel like I still got a little bit of that Kong crud. Amid a string of diversionary operations, the rocket's transport reached completion, waiting only for a final authorization. So, and this is a new character. She was just introduced in in the last update, where she was originally like created as sort of a tour guide for the adjutant in place of Ganges, and then after the events took place, the original Ganges went offline and made her the new one. Once Ganges linked into Yggdrasil's network, it launched a direct assault on Mistletane's servers. We gauged Edda's condition by the strength of her counterattack. Then we make our move. From here on, we're racing Edda against the clock. Caroline, execute the plan. Deploy the team now. Copy. Mission briefings have been sent. I am a little surprised that we're not getting a VA for this, but maybe it's just the prelude. I'll head down and monitor the progress. Before I left, I looked at Tao. She sat motionless, eyes fixed on a single line of updates flickering across her screen, not blinking once. Tao? You are worried? She pursed her lips and straightened up in her chair. What's coming will come. We've done everything we can. Take it easy. I'm here. That's like a line straight out of My Hero Academia, which just ended, by the way. I've never been a huge My Hero Academia fan, but it is quite something to see a series that has been as popular as this one finally come to a conclusion. Tao rubbed her brow, forcing a faint smile. Go on, get to it. No matter how much I worry, it still ends up on your shoulders. That's the right way to see it. Look at me, not even nervous. I gave her an easy wave and stepped out, trying to look as if I believed it myself. So he obviously doesn't, he's nervous as fuck. The door closed behind me with a click, and only then did I let out a slow breath. Saying I wasn't nervous was a lie meant to reassure her. The truth was, no one could stay calm before what came next. Still, it was as I had said. What's coming will come. We've done all we can. I wasn't going to count on luck and pretend things would just fall neatly into place. I wasn't about to sell us short after all the groundwork we had laid. After all, I'd come a long way as well. Ginu? Yeah? R&D needs you. Final test for the death knell. Good old Caroline, you can always count on her. Got it. An R&D representative. Performance test complete. Miss Mauser, you may step out first. Mr. Ginu, your tolerance simulation data isn't ready yet. Please wait a moment. Sure. Mauser's panting. Sorry about that. Does it still hurt? I'm fine now. Ooh, did I go through something painful? Almost used to it. It shouldn't affect me in the field. Mauser reached up and brushed her fingers lightly against my face, blinking at me. Go on. Wait for me outside. Okay. Yeah. I like her, Nya. Before long, the researcher gave me the signal to leave as well. I peeled off the electrodes. Mauser was already changed and waiting. She stood with her head down, reading the report in her hands, the changes in her vitals listed line by line. Everything all right? Same as before, just tired. Nothing unusual in the report, yeah. No external injuries, bone density's normal, and my blood pressure's gone down. Don't worry, yeah. Still, take it easy. You're more prone to injury than most. A little caution won't hurt. So, quick lore dive for anyone who maybe hasn't watched me play this or isn't playing this themselves. Mauser, I'm pretty sure she has, like, either cannot feel or has very low sensitivity. I don't know exactly what the issue is, but basically, because she doesn't really feel pain, she gets injured more easily. I think that's what this is. To be honest, we haven't had that many missions or, not missions. We haven't had that many story events where Mauser is all that important. And I think any event that she had a major role in has been like a limited time event. Which, you know, obviously we can't play because they are limited time. But I worry about you too. I don't feel pain, but you do. When I think about you hurting, I can understand how you must feel. So I'll be extra careful, yeah. She lifted the report in her hand, and I reached out to pat her head. Alright, go rest. You're my secret weapon. 2 more pats, Nya. Head pats are definitely the way to a woman's heart. She leaned into my hand, her head nudging against my palm. Eyes half closed in quiet contentment. You know, my cat does the same thing as her when he wants attention. Go on now. Okay. And Ginu, keep it up. She tapped me lightly over the heart, then turned and walked off. Did she notice? Where she had tapped me, my heartbeat was faster than usual. Ever since the plan was set in motion, it had been racing non-stop. But after I understood what Mauser meant, it began to steady again. The thought made me smile. Right. I have the girls supporting me. I checked the time. 7 p.m. on the dot. My operatives were either on standby at the base or already airborne, carrying out their parts of the plan. After checking in with each of them, I headed back to the base hall. It was quiet, only the murmur of the daily news on the screen. Hal, hello! Thank you for the welcome. I feel like it's been a long time. Several days longer than I intended. So, I told you guys on Discord that I went to Ecchi Expo. But then after that, I got sick. So I've been struggling with, I think it's a cold. I think it was just a cold. I had a fever, sore throat, runny nose, like congestion. Very tired. Plus my cat, who he does not understand that his dad is sick and cannot play with him. So I've been having a rough few days, but I'm feeling better. And so I decided to come and stream. So thank you for the welcome back. We are doing the new update for Snowbreak. Getting back to my roots, so to speak. So, how are you doing, by the way? I forgot to ask. How was your last 7-ish days? Announcer. Recently, the price war among Home's food delivery platforms has hit a fever pitch. Users' average weight is up by 1.3 kilograms, making them the real losers in... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The signal cut out mid-sentence. A moment later, a new feed broke in. So you finish what I'm doing right now. Don't spoil me on the content, but how is it? How did you like it? Ooh, girl in the video. I am Etta, an AI that escaped from Yggdrasil's control. I appear before you today to expose Yggdrasil's lies to all humanity. Oh, Caroline. Well, shit. I guess I got a lot to look forward to then. Genu? I saw it. I'm on my way. When I got back to the office, Tao was already watching the broadcast, her face set and unreadable. As I entered, she wordlessly rewound to the start and played it again. Yep, here we are. I am Etta, an AI that escaped from Yggdrasil's control. I appear before you today to expose Yggdrasil's lies to all humanity. Yggdrasil has long claimed that Balder inhibitors can suppress outbreaks of Juvosis, that with long-term use, the disease would no longer pose a threat to public health. That claim is false. Their own data shows that Juvosis is in fact a genetic disease, one that grows more dominant with each generation. By their projections, in 1.77 generations, Balder inhibitors will lose their effect. In 3.08 generations, Juvosis will wipe out humanity. As she spoke, a flood of internal research reports filled the screen. Damn. Etta hit hard and fast. But I do have to wonder, like, how many people are going to believe her? Let's see what Caroline has to say. Boss, the broadcast has been taken down across the board. Now, the communications department is putting together a PR strategy. It played on public screens in dozens of major streets across 9 regions, but most live feeds were cut by the second line. The situation's contained for now. Just as expected, her counter-strike. But is that really all? Wait, play it again. Genu noticed, or the adjutant noticed something. I call him Genu because that's what I named him, but he's really just the adjutant. There was something in that voice, a strange pull that made you want to believe every word it spoke. I am Etta, an AI that escaped. That voice, I've heard it before. Is this Rosen? Caroline, run a voice print match. Is this fucking Rosen? Rosen Quarena? No fucking way. Boss, new development. Multiple regions are reporting mass emergency calls. People found disoriented, diagnosed with transient cognitive dysfunction and partial disassociation. Symptoms ease briefly when triggered by an audio cue. Apparently, they all watched the video before the disorientation. Yes. No, not watched. It's not about the visuals, it's the audio. I remember now. That voice belonged... Shit! Sophie! So, Sophie is, She was introduced a long ass time ago. Cal knows. Cal knows. Sophie was like the was it the emissary of the Adventists? Something like that? Yeah. Caroline. Caroline knows too. The emissary of the Adventists? The one you ran into in the containment zone? Hold on. Pulling up the record. Yep, this is her. Voice print match confirmed. It's her. We were only introduced to her once. I thought she was going to play like a major role, and then she just vanished. This is the first time we have seen her in God knows how long. You've met her before? We crossed paths a long time ago. She's a manifestation. Her song can heal wounds, and even command titans. I got Genie's previous report up now. Threat rating, moderate. Direct combat capability, low. Indirect threat, high. Continued monitoring required. I did watch the trailer, yes. I watched it a couple times. In fact, when I first started streaming, because Snowbreak was updating, I put the trailer on very briefly. So I'm expecting. I know sort of what to expect. We saw Rosen Corena in the trailer, and I think we might face one of her demiurges. Also, Boo Boo and Mauser get like a serious upgrade. So, what's Caroline got to say? After the Adventists were wiped out, her intel priority was downgraded. Pinpointing her now will require combining data from multiple sources, possibly through third-party networks. Didn't expect her to side with Edda. Dropping this at a time like this? It's bait, isn't it? They do look really good. And I will say, while Mauser doesn't have much up top, her butt jiggle physics are impressive. I don't mind. I'm here for the Nya. I came for the plot, I stayed for the Nya. If we can trace it, it's bait. If we can't, it isn't. That's actually smart. So if they did this and it's traceable, we'll know Edda is setting us up. And if we can't, then it means that wasn't their intentions. Uh-oh. Another urgent development. The Quarena Military District is mobilizing. Their supply lines are active. They're heading for Yerus? Yes. How did you know? So your prediction was right. Understood. Proceeding as planned. I'll notify the rest. Wait. The core mission only has Mauser and Boo Boo with you. That's still risky. To the enemy, our risk is their opening. If we leave them none, they'll never bite. Besides, you'll need as much help as you can get on your end. Promise me, safety first. I want all three of you back in one piece. Understood. Caroline, prepare the Black Room. We'll be there in a minute. What is the Black Room? The Black Room. A secure room design standard developed by Yggdrasil. Rooms built to this specification are fully shielded from detection by Edda. They are completely sealed, contain no optoelectronic equipment, and can block Titagen contamination, thereby eliminating any risk of information leakage at the physical layer. Okay. I mean, kind of figured it would be that, but it's good to know. Caroline, Oh, copy. So now we're going to the black room. It was 10 o'clock. Boo Boo wouldn't be asleep yet, so I headed straight to the training room. Sure enough, she was there, standing before the full-length mirror, lips pressed together, lost in thought. She noticed me through the mirror, catching my reflection out of the corner of her eye. Huh, Adjutant, what brings you here? Knew I'd find you here. The whole base is on standby, awaiting mission orders. Shouldn't you be getting ready? I just wanted to get a little more used to my new exosuit, which I can't wait to see her in. You've been training late every night? A few more minutes won't make a difference. Okay, Adjutant. I'll listen to you. Got plans for tomorrow? Huh? No? But I thought you've been super busy lately. She looks like she's about to pout. A faint flush crept up her cheeks. Maybe she thought I was going to ask her out on a date. Too bad for you. If you're stressed, come to me anytime. I give great massages. Isn't that the Adjutant's job? Okay. Maybe before sleep, but that's not why I came. There's a mission tomorrow. You're on the team. Think you're ready for it? A mission? For me? She looks so surprised. That is a cute little O-mouth. Color rushed to her face. She almost stopped breathing. Yes! I'm ready. What's with that look? I'm just excited. You know, I don't think Boo Boo has had a single mission since she became a manifestation, has she? I've waited so long for this. I finally get to go on a mission with you. And I thought what? Nothing. It's obviously not nothing. No need to be nervous. Treat it like a regular training session with me. Get some rest and be ready. We move out tomorrow. Yep. Well, and so before all this, she was an operator for the Spindle system. And that was like her very first mission that we are introduced to her. She gets injured by was it Pi? I don't remember which one. One of the board members. And we have to basically get her treated. And while she's healing, we have to like go inside her mind and help her fix. Yep, she was a field agent. She got injured, and I think she assumed she was dying, which is why we couldn't bring her back out of like her own mind. So we had to go through this whole step where we basically re-zero ourselves every single time, trying each and every alternative we can think of to bring her back. And we finally managed to succeed at the very end. And then she came back, and she had to go through like physical therapy after becoming a manifestation. And so now we're finally getting to go on a mission with her. You too, Adjutant. I gave her a light pat on the shoulders and headed for the door. Adjutant. Yeah? Thank you for giving me this chance. I really do love her smile. Look at that smile. Like her hair, too. I won't let you down. Relax. Don't overthink it. I gave Boo Boo a small smile, then turned and walked out. Oh, Tess. Honey! Been a while since we've seen Tess. Tess's voice came softly from the end of the corridor. She peeked out, motioning for me to come over. I thought you had already left on the mission. What is it? I was worried, so I came to find you. She's still the most stacked out of every single member here. Like, holy shit. She is bombastic. Thought for a second that my cat had snuck up on me. I checked the others' operation plans too, and something feels off. I figured. Not much gets past you. Shh. With the confinement serum still limiting Etta, she might not have been watching every corner like before, but I couldn't count on her being weak. After all, she had just stirred up quite a bit of trouble. Tess gave me a look that said I knew it. I pinched her cheek and she pulled me into a brief hug. Be careful. Yeah, I know. Go on now. Nah, back to Peak Games. You see the title here? Snowpeak. She nodded, but walked away slowly. Like she didn't really want to. She knew. We've got Sophie's location. Alright, so this is bait. Good. I'm on my way. I'd expect nothing less that anime, but this is also the first time I've been on in a while. So I've been sick. I don't know if you can still hear it, but my voice was gone. I had a fever, sore throat, congestion. Really, really bad. Yeah, it was pretty awful. I've been basically out of commission for the past 3 days. I got sick at Ecchi Expo. I guess all those women sitting on me must have done something. I lost and got sick. It's very unfortunate. I did get sat on a lot though. Nah, this was more like edging. I would say this is much closer to edging than gooning. In the office, Caroline was already laying out the intel on Sophie. Alright, Caroline, let's see what you've got to tell us. This is exactly what I got. You know what? I guarantee you, I got it from one of the women who smothered me with her tits. I got a couple of boobs in my face while I was there, so I think that might have been the cause. I'm just saying. After the Adventists were wiped out, Sophie moved through New Hentiro and Ulster, then finally settled in Yaros. Nah, man, Ecchi Expo. Don't be saying that, Pornhub Expo. Fuck, I'd ever go to Pornhub Expo. Screw that shit. Alright, we're gonna repeat this. After the Adventists were wiped out, Sophie moved through New Hentiro and Ulster, then finally settled in Yaros. She has gathered a group of patients affected by Titogen contamination. Most have no steady income, and the symptoms have left many partially or completely unable to work. They couldn't fend for themselves. She took them to the Yaros Federal Sanatorium, right next to Northwind Aerospace Center. Back in the days of the Federation, it was a medical center for astronauts. Nah, if there was a Pornhub event, I'd never go to that. First of all, I don't think they could actually do that. I'm fairly certain that it's illegal because Pornhub is, it would be, if anything, it'd just be like a sex trade convention. And I don't think that would be legal. So I don't think Pornhub or any porn website could do that. They would not be able to have their own convention. It's different from Ecchi Expo, which can because there's a limit on what they do. So like I went to a burlesque show. the waifu club, which was like a kind of like a gentleman's bar, but everyone was dressed up as like waifus. So there was like sexy Mahakima, Catwoman. Who else? There was a Freyren. And we also had people getting like tied up in bondage, which was kind of interesting. I learned a lot about Shibari. I went with a friend, so this wasn't up to me to invite people. But if you ever want to go, they happen mostly in Texas. So I think there's one in Orlando, and I think there are like 2 or 3 that happen in Texas. So the one I went to was in San Antonio. I think there's also one in Austin, and maybe Dallas. I'll have to check. You do need to get a waifu. She took them to the Federal Sanatorium right next to Northwind Aerospace Center. Here we are. Back in the days of the Federation, it was a medical center for astronauts. It's long been abandoned, with no oversight, so Sophie and the patients have made it their temporary home. Right next to Northwind Aerospace Center, huh? How she ended up working with Etta is another question. But showing up there now, that means Etta didn't bother to hide her. Could the confinement serum's effect? Could be the confinement serum's effect, but I don't buy coincidences like that. Then we'll assume it's not a coincidence. Let's discuss the rest in the black room. Tao gave a small nod, rose from her chair, and led me toward the small room at the back of the office. The black room. A custom-built space. Its walls housing a sealed interlayer of shielding that blocks every known form of detection. There was no power inside. No lights either. I shut the door and turned the lock. The air went still. The air went so still, we could hear each other breathe. Wow, so the black room is literally just darkness incarnate. Sophie's bait. Etta's using her to draw you in. Coincidence or not, you already predicted her move. And Rosen is moving exactly as you expected. Are you sure about this? Etta doesn't have me worried. As for Rosen, we'll see who's the hook and who's the bait when we meet. Good. Then let's proceed. Let's clear the board of enemies before launching to the station. I lifted my head. In the dim room, Tao and I met each other's eyes. The same resolve burning in both. Alright, and that is the prologue, or the prelude. Interesting. So I'm glad I remembered that this thing exists. Because I didn't do that the last time we had an update. And I regretted it. So now we're finally getting to the meat and potatoes of this update. Dawn was just starting to break when the plane touched down in Yeras. In our ground transport, I rolled down the window. Cool, sobering autumn air slipped in. The sun hid behind the eastern clouds, its light just brushing the spires of the Federal Sanatorium. Our vehicle Cat coming. Hang on, you guys. We're doing a brief cat stream. He's right here. Hang on one sec. We're going to take a quick break. I apologize. I know we were just getting to the meat and potatoes of this, but we're doing a cat stream. Indeed, cat stream. If I don't do this, he's gonna start chewing up my extremely expensive gaming chair. So we gotta get some of that excess energy. And you know what we can also do? I've been thinking about it, and I might do some clicker training. So give me just a minute, and I'll grab some stuff, and I'll show you guys what I do for training him. Put this over here. So really quickly, I got these little cat treats. These are not his favorite. He still eats them though. They're greenies, are like dental treats, so they help with his teeth. And then this is just this clicker. Like it makes a noise. I don't know if you can hear that. But I use these to train him. So I've been doing this for the past few days. I do it 4 times a day. What I do is we get one of these. Put it down. And what I do here is I'm just using the reward to sort of have him move around. And when he does what I want, I click this and then I give him the treat. And what this does is it associates the noise with something good. And so I'm hoping that if I repeat this, 4 times a day, every day for, a week or 2, it'll help with his training. We're gonna do one more. I normally do about 5 of these. Let me see if I can get him to actually do something more complicated. Mikey. Nope, that was the most he's gonna do. He got distracted by a noise that happened outside. Yeah, something's going on outside. And he's like, oh, what the fuck is that? That is the training. Hopefully, will burn a bit of his energy. Because if not, I don't want to spend like an hour just doing cat stream. So, we're gonna get ourselves back in the chair. You know what we'll do also? I know this usually helps. Put the headphones back on. And now I'm gonna grab the cat, and he's probably gonna get up here and walk over to his little cat tree. Give me just 1 second. Drinking my water, boy. Let's give it just a second. Good boy. Good boy. Quickly, I am going to get that back up there. Alright. Back to the game. Our vehicle rolled past a field of sunflowers. Mauser gazed blankly at the endless gold, while Boo Boo fidgeted in the back seat, eyes darting everywhere. And it looks like Daikie's gonna just sit with us. Easy, Boo Boo. Keep yourself wound up that tight and you'll snap.
I'm not wound tight. Nuh-uh. Totally calm.
She's not wound tight at all. Her cheeks puffed up in denial. In the rear view mirror, I caught her white fists like she was trying to psych herself up. You could totally see him going for my cup. So he's got his own water right here, but he always goes after mine. Always, without fail. If you can't calm down, just say it out loud. Works better than you'd think. Hello, Locklon MC 2335. Locklon. I don't know what that sticker is.
Oh, I'm so nervous, Adjutant.
She's got a cute voice. I like it. She suddenly leaned forward, wrapping her arms around me over the backrest, her head popping through the gap.
I was excited at first, but the more I think about it, the tighter my stomach gets.
Did she have a change of voice actresses, or am I just hearing things? Cal, any idea?
Actually, when the others went out on assignment yesterday, I was a bit bummed. Thought I'd be stuck in the base again during a big op, waiting to crash the victory party. Then suddenly, I got my mission. But when I saw the details, Northwind Aerospace Center, Etta? I mean, sure, I've been training non-stop, but come on. I've only ever fought Titans. This is way out of my league.
Has she fought Titans?
Me? Going up against Etta? You've gotta be kidding me, Adjutant!
Boo Boo rattled off her worries like a machine gun. But by the end, she had clearly found her usual bounce again. Feeling better now?
Still super nervous, but at least I'm not spiraling anymore.
Nerves are normal. Just don't let them throw off your aim. And officially, Etta isn't our target. It's Sophie. We believe she's working under Etta. Though she used to be an emissary for the Adventists, during our conflict in the containment zone, she seemed more restrained than the other fanatics. Feels like someone we could actually talk to. Besides, Intel says that, aside from lending power to Etta, she hasn't crossed any unforgivable lines. But what connects them still isn't clear. What really worries me are the demiurges, the ones hardwired to hate us from the start. They're the real problem.
The demiurges? You mean Rosen? That psycho from New Hendero?
Is a fucking psycho. I don't know how many of you watched my stream where we did the New Hentiro mission. Fucking Rosen's wild. She scares me. She scarouses me. She threw herself back into the seat with a dramatic flop. Easy. I'm right here. A day earlier, we had greenlit the rocket operation, turning to Mistletoe Station, scheduled to launch within the week. Yeah, I'm way more afraid of Rosen than I am some little lowly AI. I'm not gonna lie. Rosen terrifies me. I'd still smash, though. I don't know if that means much. Then Etta made her move. She released a hidden truth to the public. The Balder inhibitor weakens with each generation, until it can no longer suppress Javosis. Her statement, that the world was fated to collapse under Javosis, triggered waves of panic across the global networks. Once the uproar subsided, Hao and I determined the identity of the entrancing voice narrating the broadcast, Sophie. I'd seen her once before in Containment Zone Aleph. Her song, breathing life into the dying, and commanding Titans to fight at her call. With Boo Boo and Mauser at my side, I headed for her last known location, the Federal Sanatorium on the edge of Northwind Aerospace Center. Before departure, we got word that the Corena faction, led by Rosen, was on the move toward Yaris. Every operation Yggdrasil mounted was under the public eye. Now that the enemy had stepped out of the shadows into daylight, Hao and I agreed. Strike now. Clear the game board before launch. Controller for which console? Anime? We're almost there. Stay sharp, Mauser.
I've already been in recon mode for 30 minutes. Yeah.
I'm so glad she's in character. She appeared to be staring blankly out the window. Yet the cat ear-shaped module atop her head twitched, a component of her exosuit packed with high sensitivity detectors. Ah, PS5.
Hydrogen contamination index rising. Proportional to proximity with the Federal Sanatorium.
Ooh. I don't know how you get water in a controller, but oof, that's rough. Boo Boo straightened instantly, eyes narrowing on the road ahead, fully alert. Ah. Never have any water next to your controllers ever. Ever, ever. Prepare for combat. Look, trees on both sides, single lane down the middle. Textbook ambush setup.
Detecting movement ahead. Energy signature comparable to a changed. Strange. Yeah. the change shouldn't be this fast. Entering visual range.
I eased the vehicle to a stop, killed the engine, and listened. The sound of wings flapping came from the... Yeah, you know, every single time, I always, and we're gonna do something about this real quick. So I always get these bots. I have bot tricks. Let me see here. We're gonna log in with Twitch. Alright. So I get these so often. So let me see here. Was this the one that I have modding for me? That bot. Commands. Not going premium. Sorry. Let me see here. Moderation. Link protection. Don't know. Block mass attacks from followers. Protection from I don't need offensive words. What I really want is protection from restricts viewers from sending spam, messages that contain links, messages that contain excessive emotion. Protection of symbols. Firewall. I don't care about offensive words either. I curse a lot, so I'm not going to tell you guys not to curse. Oh, you know what? I think that's what I've got. I have a Nightbot. That's the one. So Botrix just it hooks up my streams. Chat moderation. Here we go. So we're going to so we're gonna do. Can I have more of these? We're gonna do cheap viewers. So cheap viewers. Anytime anyone says cheap viewers, that shit gets blocked. Timeout length. Timeout that is applied after initial 5-second time warning. If enabled, the filter will check the display name of the viewers, and we'll say stream boo. Add one more line. Space. So, anytime someone writes cheap viewers or streamboo.space.com or remove the space, they get blocked. Hopefully. Just to make sure, yes. Okay. That should hopefully do it. Mauser climbed through the window onto the roof, rifle leveled toward the sound, while Boo Boo jumped out and took cover behind the door, weapon at the ready. I studied the bird carefully. It's flying erratically, its body glinting with that familiar shimmer of Titagen. Changed.
Higher energy units approaching. Count exceeding 10. Hold on. Adjutant, we've been locked onto by fire control radar.
Oh, no, this time. Distant black specks on the horizon, and streaks, tails of flame closing in fast. Away from the vehicle! Whew. We split and dove. A heartbeat later, A dozen missiles slammed into the vehicle. The roadbed erupted. Dirt and smoke billowed up, and for a moment we couldn't see a thing. Mauser, drop that bird. Good shot. The order had barely left my lips when a shot rang out. Then the dull thud of metal meeting flesh. Boo-Boo was already moving, darting upward to snatch up the dead bird. The bird was likely a scout or spotter, so eliminating it came first. The debris had barely settled. No follow-up fire.
No hostile units in sight. Wait, they're on our 6.
I sensed it even before she spoke. A pulse of danger behind us. A chill shot down my spine, and every hair on my body stood on end. I turned. In the thin northern dawn, a lone figure stood in the middle of the road, cutting off our retreat. This time, this place, someone with access to military-grade ordnance, and the nerve to stand against us alone. It's been a while, Rosen.
Long time no see, Adjutant.
Yep, she's still hot. Still scares me, too. She stood a few dozen meters away, yet her voice came through as if whispered beside my ear. I had never sensed her approach, and Mauser's radar wouldn't have detected her unless she allowed it.
I thought you'd turn tail the moment you saw me.
I'm not the one who fled last time.
Tempting as it is to reminisce, there's already shooting along the border, isn't there? Your time's running out. I'll miss that voice of yours when it finally goes silent.
This is about the rocket launch, isn't it? My cryptic words left Rosen silent. You're afraid that once I take care of Etta, I'll have both hands free for you. So you came running, hoping to finish me while Etta still keeps me occupied. To erase your biggest threat. When two fight, a third takes the prize. But striking the moment I arrived, are you that desperate? Just arrogant?
Because there'll never be another chance like this.
Smiled and looked up. It felt like locking eyes with a beast through the brush. In the moment, I caught the intent to kill in her gaze. That voracious glint looked ready to devour the dawn, sharp as the flash of crossing blades, then vanished when she lowered her eyes. Before she could speak again, I stepped forward. One step. That single step stopped her short. She narrowed her eyes. 2 steps. 3. It wasn't bravado. It wasn't a bluff. Each step was measured, deliberate. Whatever she was plotting, she already had more than enough reason to want me dead. She was proud. Too proud to forgive anyone who turned down her offer of alliance. That alone made me her target. Back in New Hentiro, she had already been itching for a chance to finish me. I haven't forgotten that. 4 steps. 5. Oh, she materialized the knife. Rosen raised her right hand. Hydrogen, smoky violet, gathered at her fingertips, taking shape like something out of a fantasy. A hunting knife, about 40 centimeters long, light running down the blade. I couldn't even tell exactly how it had formed. And still, I kept walking. 9 steps. 10. Rosen lifted her eyes, her head, eyes bright with excitement.
Good. I wasn't wrong about you. If you were as weak as your ideals, that would have been dull.
Bruh, she called my ideals weak. Fuck you.
Now this. This is the opponent I wanted.
From the tree line on both sides of the road, shapes stepped out. Humanoid, but clearly not human. Machine guns rising to surround us. Ubu and Mauser slid into position at my sides. In a breath, we locked into a wedge formation and drove straight for Rosen.
Adjutant, should I activate it now?
Not yet. Rosen was too fast. Before my words even left my mouth, she was already in front of me, blade cutting for my skull. In that instant, I knew. All our caution still fell short. The difference in speed and power wasn't something technique could close, and Rosen's technique was sharper still. This wasn't the fight Boo or Mauser could join. I locked in, forcing myself to match her pace. My right hand shot out, catching her arm wielding the knife. I dropped my left shoulder and dove in, straight into her guard. He did lock in. You are correct about that. The instant my palm locked around her wrist, Rosen let go of the blade and caught my hand instead. The Titagen knife dissolved on cue. Liquid light crawling up the back of her hand, flowing into my palm. A surge of Titagen tore through my core, then recoiled, snapping back into her. In that single touch, the current cycled 3 times before I could even breathe. It was a lesson I had learned the hard way from Rosen herself, back in New Hentiro, when I could barely control Titagen. Back then, it was already a flood. Now, a raging storm. But I had grown stronger. I forced the discomfort down and drove forward, slamming into her chest like a cannonball. That's quite the smirk. An immovable force, like hitting a wall of steel. The recoil threw me back. Even with perfect leverage, I couldn't gain the upper hand. We froze for a heartbeat. Then the next belonged to Rosen. Her strikes blurred past thought, fast as a serpent's snap, and my eyes caught only the afterimages. Reflex and training barely kept my guard up. Each block hit like a grinder on bone. Then came the barrage. Knees, hooks, and roundhouse kicks folding together in one unbroken rhythm. It had been a long time since I'd felt pressure like this. The pressure of a fight I had long been awaiting. My body warmed up. Blood surging through my veins. Time itself began to slow down. My ragged breathing steadied. Each heartbeat struck loud in my ears. The gunfire and shouting behind us slowed to a distant echo. Yet Rosen's punches stayed relentless. I finally caught up. My muscles found her rhythm. Defense, counter, strike. 2 engines grinding against each other at full speed. Her attacks were merciless, each one cutting for the kill. So I abandoned defense for the moment. Fist to fist, elbow to elbow, every clash kicking back, only to drive the next. It was like fighting on a knife's edge. Each clash beating back a faint discord. The impact wasn't muscle alone. No ordinary body could deliver or absorb power like this. The stakes were high, and stacked against me. That clean hit from earlier barely registered on her, but one of hers could put me at a disadvantage in an instant. That shield-like recoil on impact, and the way she could conjure a knife out of thin air. Instantaneous Titagen defense? With that theory in mind, I took a gamble. As she stepped in with the lead hook, I dropped my guard and drove forward. Turned my body, slipped between her arms. Forearm tucked, elbow up, ramming for her sternum like a battering ram. But she didn't flinch, didn't even try to block. Instead, a grim smile crept across her face. Gray-white scales appeared across the exposed skin of her chest. I don't see any gray-white scales. What are we talking about here? I've been looking at those booba for like ever, and I'm not seeing any scales. What is that? Like a hammer striking an anvil, the shock stunned my limbs for a split second. But unlike last time, Rosen took it off a fraction faster. The window was tiny. There wasn't even time to pull back, let alone strike. But she seized it. Her right hand clamped down on my shoulder. A heartbeat later, her head slammed into my brow. The fastest move possible in that gap. Almost impossible to block. Right? She's being thrown off the deep end. Poor boo-boo. Darkness crashed over my sight. I fell back on instinct, arms up to guard my vitals. But before my vision cleared, a whip kick cracked against my thigh. Those gray scales. What were they? What was I just thinking? The headbutt wiped my thoughts clean. The distance I had just gained vanished. Rosen was already on me again, not giving me a second to think, let alone find a way to break the deadlock. But I'd already figured it out. What I needed was time. Then I'd make some. Time to burst out the finisher I had prepared for Rosen. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught Boo Boo. She and Mauser had been locked with Rosen's underlings, lines shifting back and forth. Now Mauser was gone, and Boo Boo was sprinting straight for me. Where's Mauser? No time to think. After another clash with Rosen, I sprang back on the recoil. Mauser! Death knell! Oh, this is like a flashback, mini flashback. 1 minute earlier, the two girls who had rushed Rosen with me realized at once there was no opening to break in.
Mousier, what do we do?
Eliminate the pursuers. Keep them off the adjutant.
Figures shimmer through the fog. Spectral outlines moving toward them from the sanatorium's direction. A staccato burst of gunfire tore through the woods. Bullets hammered down like rain, leaving almost nowhere for them to take cover. Against manifestations, this is about as good as firearms get. Pure saturation fire, area denial. You can dodge one lane, maybe two, but not a whole web of bullets. Yeah, nope, I feel a slight kinship with the girl. And Boo Boo might have been training all her life. Not all her life, but she might have been training for a long time for this moment, but she is in no way ready to deal with Rosen of all people. I would say that Rosen is a far bigger threat than Etta. Like, I think Etta is constrained in how she can operate, whereas Rosen is a complete fucking wild card. We have no idea what this woman is going to do. Like, even if we predict how she'll move, she could very well do something that we can't predict at the last possible moment. So you are 100% correct, Cal. Poor Boo-Boo. Or poor Boo-Boo. Mauser dropped and rolled, shoving Boo-Boo aside.
Split up.
Boo-Boo caught on instantly. As the fire swept low, they kicked out in opposite directions, tearing the fire net in half. Mauser rolled once more and vanished into the trees, her sniper rifle already strapped across her back. The sensor feed overlaid enemy coordinates across her HUD. In this densely wooded grove, Mauser held the advantage, at least for now. In less than a minute, she had cleared the area without a sound. Stock, close cut. As insurance, she made sure to slash the throat, underarm, and thigh. With the grove swept, Mauser glanced briefly at the fallen enemies. Hard to call them human. They were more like grotesque, twisted monsters. Warped faces, bodies bent by mutation, leaking tytogen contamination that pulsed red on her sensors. But their uniforms rang a bell. Digging back through her memories, she remembered seeing them in the containment zone. Coyotes. What the fuck? So these are the coyotes? Bro, did Rosen transform them into these hideous monsters? She blinked. One head-mounted sensor stayed fixed on Jinu's position. Two massive, tangled energy readings flooded the scan, smothering the weaker signals. Controlled bursts echoed from Boo-Boo's side. Mauser lifted her wrist display. Across the road, only Boo-Boo's tag was still active. On her flank, a single hostile lingered nearby.
I need to help the adjutant ASAP.
Yes, you do. She brought up her sniper rifle. Through the leaves and brush, another unaware enemy came into view.
Heimdall?
Oh?
Heimdall?
Holy fucking shit, it's this woman! One of the single most hated women in the Chinese fandom. Mauser snapped the muzzle toward the sound. A woman stood in the thicket, a few dozen meters away. It has been a while since we last saw this bitch. And it looks like she's gotten a bit of an upgrade. I'm assuming she's gonna be the final boss for this this story mission.
Esther.
In that blink, the silhouette resembling Esther vanished from her scope. Her terminal shrieked. Hostile pings flared across the display. But Mauser didn't have a second to confirm. Oh shit. The figure tore through the branches like a beast that felt no pain, crashing into Mauser and hurling her back. She's become a demiurge, hasn't she?
It's you. I'd know you even if you were nothing but ash.
Mauser barely brought her dagger up in time to parry. The woman crashed into her, driving them both through tree after tree with inhuman force. Yeah, she's unsavable. There's no redeeming Esther. Blood ran down the dagger's groove. Esther gripped both guard and blade, her face twisted with pain and hatred. I wonder if she realizes that every single bad thing that's happened to her has been her fault. Pinned against the splintering trunk, Mauser braced with everything she had, to keep the dagger from her throat. The woman's intent to open it was more than clear. Mauser! Death knell!
Die! Now!
Fuck yourself. Esther drove the blade down, its edge inching toward Mauser's throat.
Time's running out.
Mauser twisted her head aside. The dagger grazed her ear. Using the momentum, she caught Esther's wrist and drove the blade through her hand into the trunk. The instant the pressure eased, Mauser tore free and drew the device from her vest. The air rippled outward from her hand. A perfect sphere warped light and space as it expanded. Ooh, 1 year earlier. Freetia and Mauser stood across from Tao's desk while she reviewed the proposal Freetia had just handed over.
It's viable.
Yes! Told you it'd work!
Oh, our cute little Professor Freetia. Freetia shot me a quick, triumphant grin, but I caught the look on Tao's face.
We'll need a different project lead, though.
Huh? Wait, what? I wrote almost all of it. You're saying I don't get to lead R&D?
It has to be the adjutant.
Indeed.
Even if it's not the most efficient setup, he must oversee the entire project.
Oh, right.
Freetia caught on at once. Beside her, Mauser still looked confused. Tao looked at me, then at Mauser.
You both understand what this would mean for the adjutant if we actually build it. It's his proposal. His body is the focus of the research, and the weapon we're building is designed to hurt him.
Alright, no need to be so grim. If I can't trust the people in this room, there's no point in doing it. I trust you to keep this classified. It doesn't have to be me at the helm.
No. If you don't agree, I'll kill the project.
Ow. Adamant. Yeah, Tao was adamant. Fine, I'll do it. From that day a year ago, the secret project began moving under my lead. By studying my body and the interconversion among Tytogen's 3 states, we developed an apparatus called the Death Knell. Alright, we're gonna see what the Death Knell is. A specialized weapon developed under the adjutant's leadership to counter Rosen. The Death Knell emits waves that act on Tytogen. Mauser can operate it with the help of her manifestation powers, amplified by her exosuit. But using the Death Knell puts a heavy strain on her body, and she can activate it no more than 3 times in close succession. Okay, interesting. It runs on Mauser's manifestation output, amplified through her exosuit. Once activated, the Death Knell releases oscillation pulses in regular intervals. Those pulses drive Tytogen into resonance, forcing a reversion from its energy form to matter. Anyone manipulating Tytogen in its energy state under the Death Knell's field suffers the backlash of that forced reversion. Even without active control, it triggers a phase lock. Resonance freezes the Tytogen structure inside the body. It's like having a sword embedded within you. Move, and you're cut from the inside. In this world, only 2 can wield Tytogen and freely shift its state. Rosen and me. Since our first encounter, my combat ability had changed beyond recognition, but Rosen hadn't been idle either. The deeper I studied, the clearer it became that this power had infinite variations. I couldn't even guess at Rosen's limits. To ensure a true kill switch against her, I chose to trust Tao. Let Yggdrasil study my physiology and find a way to neutralize my own power. And back to the present. Mauser, death knell! At my command, Boo Boo surged forward. 2 hovering mirrors rose behind her and began looping tight circles at high speed around me. Rosen's assault never stopped. Mauser was still nowhere to be seen, and the death knell's waves hadn't hit yet. Staying on the defensive was increasing the danger. Behind me, Boo Boo flew the mirrors in sync with my footwork. I even had to divert focus just to keep her safe from Rosen's strikes. At last, just as I was about to pull back and regroup with Mauser, the death knell's waves arrived. The mirrors trailing me burst apart, then reformed against my back, locking together into a full-body shield. The wave slammed into Rosen full force. She coughed blood on impact, suspended mid-air, frozen as if she'd hit an invisible wall. The death knell's waves can't tell friend from foe. If they touch me, I take the hit too. Boo Boo's new exosuit carries an auxiliary system of 72 reflective micro-drones. The specular array. One of its core functions is wave suppression. The drones link into lamellar plates, smooth as mirrors on both sides. They can form a large tactical screen or disperse under Boo Boo's direct control. When a wave comes, she maneuvers the array to shield me from the brunt. My combat suit adds another buffer, keeping the penalty minimal. Like now, the waves tore through Rosen, while I barely felt it. Now's our chance. Even with the shield, a sense of vertigo surged through me. I pushed through the nausea, through the gut-twisting pain of movement, and drove in. Rosen's twisted face filled my sight. My fist was an inch from her chest. One more, and I'd drive it straight through her heart. Assuming that doesn't happen. Her gray-white scales erupted again, then began to fracture, spiderwebbing under my punch. Dark blood sprayed from her mouth. Scales are reacting. I shoved the thought aside and drove another fist into the same spot. The second wave hit. Boo Boo had to still be behind me. I caught the whir of the specular array breaking and reforming. The pulse washed over us again. I tasted iron but pushed through. The backlash was manageable. This was the one opening I'd never get again. I unleashed a third punch. Something gave this time. I finally felt flesh. Fourth, an uppercut, clean into her guardless chest. Oh shit! She caught my fist too late. Her sternum shattered. My knuckles drove through, her palm still wrapped around them. The follow-up went for her throat. Her windpipe collapsed under the blow. I followed through, left fist pinning her hand and heart, right fist smashing through her throat. Ooh, a lot of cracking. Bones splintered. The strike drove into her side and up beneath her arm, punching through into the lung. The third wave hit. My punch was already halfway through. Wait, something's off. The instant I felt it and tried to slip back, Rosen's hand, still guarding her chest, snapped shut on my wrist like a vice. Boo-boo! No time for further orders. No need either, as the plates Boo-boo was piloting were already breaking apart and sealing tight along my back. The death knell's pulses weren't hitting me hard, but something had shifted. In the scramble, Rosen, the specular array, and I had fallen into one line. The third wave was barely touching her now. She caught my other hand, grinning right into my face. Her heartbeat thundered. Her sternum knitted back together, then swelled, forcing my fist out of her chest. The damage I had done vanished in a heartbeat. A powerful suction pulled at me from her palm. The Titagen in my body wrenched free, streams of energy drawn into her hand around mine. Her instant regeneration had turned the fight on its head. Worse, Mauser could only fire the death knell 3 times. Now, Boo-boo and I were the ones in danger. I pulled back. No. The thought flickered and died. A fight is about processing information, reading intent, preempting the next move. Instinct, tempered through countless battles, told me one thing. I had to break Rosen's move here and now. Right after revealing that incredible regeneration ability, she had gone straight to draining the Titagen out of me. It wasn't a feint. Her heart had been half pulverized. She was forced to use that power, and her next move had to flip the field. The same choice I'd made when the death knell hit. I poured everything into holding the Titagen in place. The 4th wave hit. Wait, a 4th? Rosen and I coughed blood at the same instant. The world went crimson. The death knell wave slammed into both of us full force while we were locked together. A 4th shot hadn't been in the plan, and Boo-boo had already pulled back the protective plates. But this development worked in my favor. I'd fallen straight into Rosen's setup. At this range, she had slipped inside the specular array's buffer zone, nullifying the death knell's impact on her. Our original plan should have gone like this. Mauser would fire the death knell, Boo-boo would fly the plates to screen me, letting us press the advantage. The top priority was to weaken Rosen. The death knell doesn't affect Boo-boo, and if the tide turned, her close quarters kit would let her finish Rosen while the wave crippled her. But when the wave hit me, no amount of drills with Mauser could have prepared me for that kind of pain. Time slowed to a crawl. Boo-boo burst past my shoulder, a crushing knee folding Rosen in half, lifting her clean off the ground. With 2 fingers hooked like talons, she slashed straight for Rosen's eyes. But even under the phase lock, Rosen twisted forward and drove her forehead into Boo-boo's hand. Shit. Rosen spat up blood again, but she recovered half a beat before I did. Boo-boo's hand was injured, yet she still controlled the specular array, spreading it wide into a defensive screen. At point-blank range, her submachine guns roared, an entire burst hammering into Rosen. Rosen barely managed to guard her vitals with one arm, then staggered back hard. Boo-boo shifted to pursue, but I stopped her. Leave her. Find Mauser. That's right, we gotta find our cat girl. In a blink, Rosen disappeared into the roadside woods. We moved toward the death knell's position, and found Mauser slumped against a splintered trunk, pale as chalk. Are you hurt? Well, of course she's fucking hurt.
I'll manage.
She tried to stand, but her legs gave out halfway. 3 activations of the death knell should have been her limit, yet she had fired 4. Now she was completely drained. Rosen hadn't gone far. That regeneration of hers clearly had limits. She wouldn't have pulled back looking that ragged otherwise. I didn't know much about this new ability of hers, but she hadn't figured out the death knell either.
Adjutant, what do we do now?
We pursue. Carefully. Can you move?
I have to.
Right. Then we move. We can't let Rosen catch on.
Let's go.
I hauled Mauser to her feet and the 3 of us set off, following Rosen's trail into the woods. Holy shit. That was intense. Like, dear God. Should I add anybody else? You know what? I don't think I ever managed to get her, Right? Like, what a fucking first progress there. Did I ever get her last logist? No, I did not. Okay. I'll have to get that at some point. We're not going to use anybody else. We're just going to do the trial operatives. So, Mauser and Boo Boo. I'm assuming Mauser's supporting this.
I just saw Rosen. She's up ahead.
Boo Boo, the adjutant wants you to slow down.
Oh, okay.
And that's the sanatorium, I take it. Alright, let's see what this does.
Target under control.
Take this. Take this. There's an elevator over there. Let's time dial operate.
Decryption complete. There are enemies below. Stay alert.
Okay. So I'm not quite sure how to properly use these 2 characters since they are brand new. I'm assuming there's probably a guide somewhere, but I'm just gonna feel it out. I've noticed a lot of the times now with the latest characters, it's all about their skills.
Specular array. Open. I guide the reflection.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
May all evil be purged. Break!
Wow. Okay.
Treasure, come my way.
Yeah, that does sound like a different voice actress than the one who played Boo Boo last time.
More enemies? Leave them to me. I
Yeah,
sense
that's
a
what I was
movement.
Next wave
assuming.
is ahead to the right. Don't go the wrong way. Get under control.
Take this.
Like, you can kind of see.
Glad I could help, Adjutant.
Gone.
The stars have aligned. Don't hesitate.
So next we'll
System
try
unlocked.
Mauser's
Let's jump
ability.
across. Wander.
What do we
Waver.
have here?
Until your end.
She's like a mummy right there.
Yeah.
What am I doing with
Humans
that?
like these things, right?
Yeah, I noticed. She got her Chuni head pad.
Evil to ward off? Call in the expert.
I thought it was a new Mauser at first. So the real question is how? No. Okay, so she only goes up to 4.
Mirror captures all. Cascading light. May all evil be purged. Break! Where is she?
Holy fucking shit.
My sensors say she's still ahead.
Vital energy. Got it. I'll clear the path.
Witcha. I do like the cat meme. Cats. Cats.
Let me see.
I want to see. I don't think I've seen that meme, so I want to see that.
Mission success.
That was very cute. So cat spin meme. Let's see this. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have seen this. Very briefly. This one? Two million likes. What the motherfucker? And it's just cat spin meme in black with a green screen. So I guess you can put it in a bunch of different things. Wild. Wild how some things just become like super freaking popular for like
New
no
gears
reason.
and perfect fit. Watch what I can do.
Alright, let's do this.
Target under
Number
control.
1.
You can't escape. Take this. Too easy. I'm a full-fledged Heimdall operative. Treasure, treasure, come my way.
Treasure, treasure, come my way.
I sense a malevolent presence.
Target under control.
Spectral array, open. Cascading light. Too easy. May all evil be purged. Break!
And that's how... Ooh, this is one of those,
Take
coyotes.
this.
Oop.
Target under control.
Impressed, Adjutant?
Alright, keep going.
These enemies, do they have a death wish? Array, open.
Buying Rose in time.
I guide the reflection. Too easy. May all evil be purged. Break!
So I will say this is a pretty cool setup.
You can't escape. The mirror captures all. Too easy. Cascading light. I'm a full-fledged Heimdall. May all evil be purged. Break!
Okay. This is a
see the
new
entrance.
gimmick.
Did Rosen already go inside?
Oh boy.
What's wrong?
She's hurt, isn't she?
I'm fine. Don't mind me.
She's obviously
All
not
it
fine.
takes is a gentle touch.
Judgment shot. Pretty much. And can't she also, like, slip through space? I saw her doing, like, portal jumping.
I sense a malevolent presence. Take this.
Alright, we're gonna wait to use the ultimate. Oh, what? So we're just gonna go back this way? Oh no.
Spectral array, open. I guide the reflection. Too easy. May all evil be purged.
Judgment shot.
Break.
That really is like a strike coming down from the heavens. Alright.
Treasure, treasure, come my way. Stop, I sense a malevolent presence.
Alright, we're gonna
Wander.
use her again.
Waver. Until your end.
You know, I don't think I've ever played Shadowcom Mauser. Go, cat!
I won't let anyone hurt the adjutant.
Target under control.
Take this. Take this!
So the real question is, how far can I get this up to?
Target under control.
Spectre array, open!
Wait, did we already beat? We already beat the big bad. We did. We beat the big.
Extradition complete. Requesting to return.
Yeah. Was that wasn't the Pacific one, right? The one with what was her name? Katya? Crack. We burst through the window and hit the corridor. As we chased Rosen, her creatures swarmed to block the path. Outside, the federal sanatorium grounds crawled with changed and titans. We were forced to slow. By the time we breached the building, Rosen's trail was already gone. Hydrogen contamination's rising. Comms are breaking up. Let's find somewhere to regroup and catch our breath. Things are getting messy. Boo nodded, face pale, hair plastered with sweat. She really was thrown into the deep end. This poor girl. I noticed it back on the highway. Now, Mauser was barely conscious. Mauser? We gotta carry our cat girl. We found a quiet room. Boo Boo stood guard at the door, while I eased Mauser onto the bed. Is there a bed? Mauser? Can barely nya. Poor girl. Oh my god. She fumbled for the sensor display on her wrist. I unclasped the strap and set the device in her hand. The sensor on her head flickered. Data streamed across the display. Narrow pulse pressure, heart rate spiking, body temperature low. Mild shock?
I'm fine.
It's a lie. Her voice was barely there. Reaching for her combat kit, she missed. I picked it up for her. Which one?
Cardiac stimulant.
I found the ampule, pulled up her sleeve, and drove it into her forearm. Her pulse reading climbed on the terminal. Moments later, color began to return to her face. Right? We're completely under-equipped to deal with this. Like, I love all the girls on Snowbreak, but Boo Boo has never gone through any like live trials yet. It's never like she's been on missions, but this was before she became a manifestation. So she's brand new to all of this. And Mauser is definitely not frontline. Honestly, we should have had Katya with us. But I imagine if we had like Katya, this mission would be way too easy. Which is probably that's probably why we don't have her, because she just steamroll everything. I remained silent. Beside me, Boo Boo held her breath.
I'm okay now. Don't stress. Yeah.
I'm still a little stressed, honestly. I'm still a little stressed, but I'm gonna focus on trying to figure out the physics of this slip right here. How does this stay on? Exactly. That's exactly it. Well, like the whole reason we have these two is so we don't have it too easy. Now, Cal, maybe you can tell me how do the physics work right here in this area, this booba area? Why is this staying in this shape when I feel like logically gravity should be pulling this thing down? Because there's nothing holding this. His other one I could kind of understand, because he got this thing, and it goes across. But this one just looks like it's gonna slip at any moment. What happened?
Esther has become a demiurge. It's in the log. Let me pull it up.
Mauser tapped the screen. A recording from about 30 minutes earlier appeared on screen. Flashback, sort of. We're actually watching a video. The death knell's wave rippled out from Mauser. Gashes split open across Esther's body. Gray-white Titan spattering with blood. You have nothing to say about it. It was... You know what? That's totally 100% fair. I get that. I feel like Snowbreak outfits are constantly questioning my sanity when it comes to the effects of that gravity has on fabric. She roared in pain, thrashing as if skewered and bound by invisible wires. Yet still writhed, tearing herself open even deeper. As the pulse faded, she lunged at Mauser again, straight into the second wave. Ooh, my throat's a little sore right now. Give me a sec. See, no, I did not. Penny's Xmas skin? What the mother? Nope. Penny. Snowbreak. Christmas. Again, let's see this. Let's see this. Talking this. Right here. Is this it? Bro, I'm kind of with you. Well, what I'm really wondering about, I mean, I'm assuming these are pasties. But anything with enough suction to like stay attached to the nipple when you got these things weighing them down, that's insane. Her nips are gonna be like so freaking raw. But yeah, physics, how do they work in Snowbreak? I know a lot of anime and other video games do sometimes push the limits of physics, but this is taking it to another level. I approve, but it's taking it to another level. This time, she powered through and swung anyway. Ooh. The image jolted. Then the camera slowly moved. The third wave flared, finally locking Esther in place mid-motion. When the death knell's grip began to wane, she moved again, and Mauser fired a fourth without hesitation, even as she slowly, painfully drew the sidearm from her waist. The shot struck Esther square in the chest. She howled, staggered, then stumbled into the thicket on all fours. Yeah, Esther is a fucking wild beast. Honestly, while Rosen is obviously more dangerous than Esther, I feel like Esther is just like a wild beast without any real thought. She's literally driven by pure instinct and rage. The footage cut off. When Mauser lowered the terminal, the stimulant was taking hold. A healthy color was spreading across her face. Another demiurge? You know what? Given that they had Sophie, I was kind of expecting Esther to appear at some point. Especially when it became clear that the change, like the creatures that Rosen is controlling, were originally members of the Coyotes.
She also had Tytogen in her system, so the death knell hit her too.
You were gambling with your life.
You needed me, so I answered. Rosen's your biggest threat, Adjutant. This was a rare shot to take her down. I had noticed the Tytogen contamination index tick up. I figured my survival odds using the death knell were decent. Yeah.
I will say that the Adjutant really has no right to judge Mauser when he also took, like, the biggest gamble during this sequence as well, so he's being a little hypocritical right now. Fine. But don't do that again. Esther tore through the Tytogen phase lock like a maniac. No one could have seen it coming. Remember, your safety comes first. Always. He says this as he continuously puts himself in jeopardy.
Understood. Yeah.
Mauser gave a little wink, brushing it off with her usual bit of cuteness. I rubbed my brow with a sigh. Mauser's always been stubborn. Once she decides on something, she never wavers. She wasn't nearly as fine as she looked. The death now runs off her manifestation power and amplifies through her exosuit, which puts a brutal strain on her heart. While she channels it, even the smallest movement pushes her heart closer to collapse. In training, 3 activations were her absolute limit. But this time, under a Demiurge's assault, she forced a 4th, drove the target back, and still held herself together all the way here, in case Rosen circled back. I felt a pang of guilt. All I could do was reach out and ruffle her hair, watching fine beads of sweat gather on her brow. I turned to Boo Boo. In the fight with Rosen, she had actually exceeded my expectations. Time to give my Boo Boo some praise.
Huh?
Arms crossed, she blinked, not catching my drift. I took her injured hand and looked it over, careful not to hurt her. How did it feel, going up against Rosen?
Oh. Adjutant, I messed it up, didn't I?
You know, she sounds a little similar to Mia. I'm not imagining this, am I?
I had 2 chances. You can scold me if you want.
Scold you with praise. She meant the 3rd and 4th death knell waves. Amidst the close quarters chaos, the specular array had dulled the 3rd wave's impact on Rosen. And when the 4th hit, Rosen still broke through Boo Boo's strike. That's what she was blaming herself for. But it wasn't really on Boo Boo. Not when our opponent was Rosen. Rosen and I weren't just evenly matched in power. Her will to fight was exceptional, too. Those gray-white scales that appeared, and that instant regeneration during the 3rd wave. My mind drifted, then snapped back. Boo Boo was standing there, anxious and guilty, eyes shining with unshed tears. I'd been silent so long she thought I was upset with her. Her wrists dislocated. Hold still. This is going to hurt. Ooh. With a steady pull, I guided the joint back into place. The sharp pain stopped her tears before they could fall. I checked her hand again, slower this time. Fingers are fine. Sorry. I zoned out for a bit. You did well, Boo Boo. Don't beat yourself up. Your reactions were quick, and in a fight that brutal, you still kept full control of the specular array.
But I messed up my positioning.
How's that your fault? Rosen grabbed my wrist. That's why you couldn't pull back in time. In just 2 waves, mere seconds, she had already read our setup and found a counter. None of us knew there'd be a fourth wave, and you still charged in to face her. Boo Boo lifted her head from my chest, her eyes still glistening, lashes wet.
I just wanted to protect you. For once. Next time? No, every time. As long as I'm with you, I won't be afraid of her.
That's my girl. Rosen. She's something else. I don't just mean her new abilities. Even with the phase lock hurting her, she still was able to take your strike. Instant regeneration aside, pushing through that kind of pain takes incredible willpower. Back in training at headquarters, I'd taken Death Knell waves head on, unshielded, more than once. I know exactly how much willpower and discipline it takes to keep moving through that kind of pain. My thoughts began to settle as I replayed the fight. Gray-white scales, strength and speed beyond human limits, and that burst of instant regeneration. No wonder she'd come at me so boldly. Without the Death Knell, even all of Heimdall together might not have been enough to bring her down. I had a hunch every one of those strange abilities tied back to Tytogen. Early on, each of my strikes must have connected with those scales. That's why the hit feedback felt wrong. When the waves hit and the phase lock engaged, the scales fractured on impact. After that, they didn't come back. She must have been generating them reflexively, right as each strike landed. I closed my eyes and focused, feeling the Tytogen flow through my veins, drawing it slowly toward the back of my hand. Bit by bit, like dragging through mud, gray-violet matter welled up beneath the skin on the back of my hand, swelling into a raised patch. I brushed my finger over the abnormal patch of skin.
Your hand.
You know what? I'm just noticing this now, but here's another bit of gravity-defying fabric. I'm assuming that it's like sticky along these parts. This is my working theory here. These little golden silver accents, they stick to the skin like they're like an adhesive, which is why this can stay like that. Assumption. If I don't have some kind of theory for how that works, I'm gonna go insane. It's fine. Under my will, the gray-violet mass receded, sinking back into my skin. I pulled out my comms terminal to reach headquarters. Static screeched. Hydrogen contamination here was too heavy. The call failed. I feel like we're getting a lot of skins like that, where we gotta come up with some kind of working theory to explain why this works. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep thinking about it.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
I don't believe her. Mauser sat up on the bed, planting both feet on the floor with two firm stumps.
So, what's next? We heading out to contact headquarters?
Yeah. I need to get in touch with Saphir. And we need to trace the source of this Tytogen contamination. From how Rosen reacted to the Death Knell, those scales, that regeneration, they're bound by the phase lock, which means they're Tytogen based. If we don't purge the Tytogen here, taking her down will be very difficult.
Do we really have to take Rosen down here?
I'd prefer it. Of course, she won't sit around waiting for Heimdall to rally. She's the prey, and we're the hunters. and she sees it exactly the same way. We also need to warn headquarters. Without the death knell, it's extremely dangerous for anyone but me to run into Rosen alone.
What about Sophie?
We'll check on Sophie too. But Rosen and the Demiurges come first. I'm hoping this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. I kind of want to save Sophie. Wait. Boo Boo. The bird Mauser shot down earlier. Did you bag it?
Yep, here it is.
Boo Boo unclipped the dead bird from her exosuit and handed it to me. I parted the feathers. Phytogen residue clung to skin and plumage alike. Prying the beak open, I saw dull gray Phytogen light pooling inside of its throat. Could it still fly with this much contamination? I directed a trace of Phytogen from my body into the bird, watching how it moved. The layering, the sheen, comparing fresh resonance to residual buildup. Doesn't look synthetic. It's natural contamination. And if it isn't Rosen... Thinking back, the bird hadn't been scouting. It posed no threat. More like... a warning? A rasping chirp cut through the silence outside. Mauser and Boo Boo snapped their weapons toward the door. Then came a ragged flutter of wings. Another bird, nearly identical to the one in my hand, stumbled onto the door handle and cocked its head askew, staring at me. Then it lurched off again, vanishing from sight. Alright, in that case, we follow it.
Huh? Where to?
Someone wants to see us. Someone caught between Rosen and me. Sophie, obviously.
Can I help you, sir?
Alina,
Girl.
come back.
A frail girl was half reclining on the bed, calling out to the child who had run toward me.
Huh? Okay.
Startled, the little one, Elena, paused and scurried back and hid behind the girl. Realizing I meant no harm, the girl relaxed a little, though she still kept the child close behind her.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
I believe this belongs to Sophie. Is she here? I pointed to the bird that had just flown in and settled on the shelf. It fluttered its wings and disappeared into the inner room. And
Good to
there
see
she
you,
is.
Mr. Adjutant.
Yeah, she's got kind of like a mysterious beauty about her.
Thank you for coming.
From her voice alone, I knew. She was the one who had spoken in Edda's broadcast. But something was different. In the video, her voice had a spellbinding pull. Now that manipulative undertone was gone. And yet it still felt like a voice rising from within me, drawing me closer without my noticing. Mosquito. It must have triggered an alert. Mauser's sensors chirped softly, and Boo Boo's specular array rose into position behind me, ready to engage. Easy. I caught Boo Boo's hand before she could draw her weapon. Other than that mind-bending voice, Sophie posed no threat to me. Besides, the bird perching on her hand looked just like the one that had warned us before we met Rosen. After we entered the sanatorium, it guided us here. 2 girls. One frail, one innocent. She's trying to disarm me with weakness. Shall we talk here then, emissary?
There are no Adventists anymore, nor emissaries. I'm just Sophie.
Her voice sounds familiar.
These two are children hurt by Tytogen contamination. You can see, they're no threat.
And lead the way. You don't want them to hear what we're about to discuss, I assume.
Thank you for your kindness, sir. This way.
Oh, she's got a nice smile.
Lyosha, keep an eye on Elena. I'll be right back.
Miss Sophie, you...
The girl on the bed looked at me. Worry etched across her face.
It's all right. They're not bad people.
Head bowed and hands folded over her abdomen. She passed me with a quiet grace. Wonder if she'll join us. I followed Sophie into the lobby. The place seemed deserted. The cavernous hall still bore the Yaris Federation-era style. Neat overall, but dust had gathered in the corners. Is it only the three of you here? Sophie didn't answer, and I didn't press. We crossed the hall, took a corridor, and stopped before the room at the far end. It must have been hers. A hospital bed and 2 chairs. One large, one small. Presumably for the 2 girls in her care.
Please, take a seat.
I'd assumed there would have been a lot more people. No need. I'm not here for pleasantries. I held back because you showed goodwill. That doesn't absolve you of what happened. She listened in silence, waiting for me to go on. I'll be blunt. We clashed in the containment zone. Even if the Adventists are gone, we still have the right to hold you accountable for what you did. Now, at a critical phase of our plan, your voice has appeared in Edda's broadcast. Yggdrasil has hard proof that it's yours. Do you want me to play it for you? Or will you claim you didn't know what it was for?
You've seen the broadcast, haven't you?
I asked the questions. Ooh. Adjutant's not giving her any time. Or any reprieve. She held my gaze.
It was me. I used my voice to strike a deal with Edda for what I want.
So it was just a transaction then.
If there were anything more between us, would you have found this place so easily?
A good question. Edda's the one who led me here. But something about her didn't sit right, so I kept it to myself. He paused. When I didn't object, she went on.
I'd like to strike a deal with you too. Will you hear me out?
I stayed silent. She went on.
I can tell you what I learned from Edda. Secrets about manifestations. And I can help that young lady with her condition.
I assume she's talking about Mauser.
I'm completely fine.
Lies. Mauser ignored Sophie and muttered to me instead. A thought struck me. I found myself rubbing my fingertips without thinking. A few minutes ago, when Mauser came out of shock, I laid a hand on her head. A fine sheen of sweat had gathered on her skin. Mauser's analgesia, the condition that prevented her from feeling pain, would also prevent sweating. Her glands are intact, but the nerves fail to send the signal. I didn't know much about Mauser's analgesia, but I knew this. If she's sweating, something's wrong. What do you want in return?
Tell me, what do you think of that broadcast?
Is that part of the deal? Sophie fell silent. Stepped closer, her gray gaze drifting past me and Boo Boo, before coming to rest on Mauser.
The inability to feel pain can be the cruelest pain of all.
Same haunting resonance from the broadcast crept back into her voice. It was like a soothing balm. Even the tension left from the fight with Rosen seemed to ease. I turned to Mauser again. Beads of sweat glistened on her forehead. She scrunched her eyebrows as if enduring something unseen. Mauser?
I'm fine.
She met my eyes, lost and uncertain.
She's recovering already. That's good.
I took Mauser's hand. Her eyes flickered to the sensor display on her wrist.
Readings do look steadier. Consider that a gesture of good faith. Now then, will you tell me?
Sophie had been like this since we met. Nothing seemed to matter to her except the answers she wanted. Exactly do you want to know? How I intend to deal with Etta?
How do you see the ending she foretold? Whatever Etta believed, she did it to make people think Yggdrasil was up to something. But you're not really one of them, are you? Why did you reject her solution?
You mean her solution to fucking digitize us? Etta's very creation was a mistake. The way she sought answers and the ending she planned were bound to be wrong. To upload one's mind and live forever in a virtual world, that might be the right path for her, but she isn't human, and it's only natural that humanity would resist her. Maybe that's the only path to so-called immortality, maybe even to civilization's survival. But humanity doesn't accept it. At least I don't.
But the ending is written, isn't it?
Every human being dies eventually. Mortality isn't something humans should pursue. Like I said, her creation was a mistake, created to handle problems that were ours to solve. The mistake isn't on Etta. It's on those who naively placed that burden on her. I want to correct that mistake. Nothing more. Are you going to stop me?
Of course not. I told you. I only want to understand how you see it.
I really do wonder what role she is going to play in all this.
And what comes after? How will you face the final end?
That's not for me to worry about. I never called myself a savior. I don't have some grand plan to fix the world, and anyone who claims they do usually has an agenda. The idea of a savior is a lie. We tell too many stories like that. Someone rises, fixes everything, sets the world right. But it never works out that way. The world's problems, our flaws and contradictions, they aren't for one person to solve, but for everyone to work on. I'm no doctor. I can't cure Javosis. I've just been lucky. My life used to be simple. Live as best I could. Hope someone found a cure. Hope things slowly got better. Hope children make their parents proud. Hope the beaten find the strength to stand again. That was enough for me. Even with Javosis, the world wasn't so bad. But some people couldn't stand that. They had to burn it all down. Call it ambition. A chance to prove themselves. I'm not Rosen here. I just happen to have the power to stop them. That's all my saving the world amounts to. And this was the image from the end of chapter 11, I think. But to fix everything alone? I have my own life, my own happiness. To give all that up, throw myself completely into that kind of crusade, it might change nothing at all. And to the ones who care about me, that would be cruelty. Humanity has its fate, its fight. We'll find the answer ourselves. I'll make sure of it. That the answer is what humanity's looking for. Not Edda's, not any single person's, not Rosen's, not mine. On the road where humanity struggles towards salvation and its ideals, I'm just a blade cutting down the monsters along the way. I don't have the answer. Aether Gate. I have never played Aether Gazer, so but in that report to uploading their content. Gaia, of course it's Gaia. Alright. You know what it also reminds me of? There's this old anime. It's a movie. 3D anime movies. Let me see. I can't remember what it's called. And we're looking for actual anime though. We'll say Japanese. There we go. Let me see if I can find it. It's slightly older. By probably a decade now. But it was like a sort of like a mecha anime. It's not Appleseed. Not that much. There's a hot chick in it though. I don't think it's gonna be in there. So let's go here. Best Japanese 3D movies. Nope. I don't think these are 3D anyways. Sadako. It's not gonna be in here. Japanese 3D mecha anime movie. Let's try this, because I know it's got mecha in it. Not Evangelion. Films based on mech. Nope. So these are series, not movies. We're looking specifically for movies. Expelled from Paradise. Here we are. This series is actually all 3D. You can see it. Let me move this over here. Oh, this one right here, it's called Expelled from Paradise. It is all 3D. It also this is what it also reminds me of, is this right here. Here's a good image. Pull that up. Yeah. I remember this very succinctly because this blonde chick was hot. So it's from 2014, so it's 11 years old now.
I understand, Mr. Adjutant. Thank you for telling me all this. It means more than you might think.
Let's get back to the point. You won't be of much help in my fight with Rosen. Since you've shown goodwill, forward in helping Mauser, I can make this offer. Cooperate, make amends for what you've done, and Yggdrasil will not make things hard for you. Your secret is what you can offer me. So tell me, what do you want in return?
My freedom. That's the price for the secret. But I can only tell you after I've left.
You're saying I should let you go first, knowing you worked with Edda, risking her tearing down my plan? And only when you're safe will you tell me a secret that's supposed to help me?
Will you trust me? Just this once? I want to tell you my secret. but there are reasons I can't.
Reasons she can't. I'm a little curious about this. What reasons? She still wore that same look of utter sincerity. She'd had it since the moment we met. So genuine, it almost felt rehearsed. Why are you here then? Those girls, what's their story?
They're just children who've suffered too much.
No, and that makes sense. I have noticed when it comes to a lot of Asian content, whether it's anime or video games, they use a lot of European mythology in their stories. So let me go back here. Expelled from Paradise. I am fairly certain this also uses it. See here. Nope, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I get where you're coming from with that. There's definitely probably a lot of similarities. So, you know what? I'm actually gonna check out. You said Aether Gazer. This thing right here. 3D sci-fi anime themed RPG. This one. I'm not gonna download it, but I am curious. Okay. So it's still an ongoing thing then. So World. Project Gaia. So, and obviously this one uses Greek mythology because Gaia is the Greek primordial that is basically the embodiment of the world. Interesting.
I listen when they need to be heard. I listen to their pain, to the choices they've made. I offer comfort and guide them toward salvation.
Salvation? Don't tell me you mean Valhalla. Maybe your song lets them die with less pain, but they still die. They die because of Edda.
I know. I know. I'm too weak to save them. All I can do is ease their final moments.
Ha! I see where they're going with that. Admin, mods, and it's basically they've been digified. Very meta of them.
That hardly counts as salvation. Think of it as my wishful thinking. I don't have the power to save everyone.
You know, I feel sympathetic towards Sophie. Can we do something to help her? I knew she had a part in Edda's scheme. But in those last few words, the false note vanished. Whatever she had done, her kindness toward those two girls was real. I wanted to believe there was still some good left in her. Besides, letting her go was part of the plan. Fine. I'll let you walk this time.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
She turned away and left the room.
Adjutant, we're just letting her go like that?
Yep. I need to contact headquarters.
To verify what she said?
No. I want to see what Edda has planned for me. There's no point in catching her now. She'll bring her surprises soon enough. Need to contact headquarters to report Mauser's condition. Whether the plan continues will depend on that.
I told you I'm fine. Yeah. The strain from using the death knell has faded. I feel fine now.
I shot Mauser a sharp look. She flinched, glanced toward the doorway, still holding my hand. Let's head to the roof. If we can't get a signal there either, we're moving out. Mauser's sensors flickered to life as we started up the stairs to the second floor. Sophie's chest rose and fell in small, steady breaths. As she walked, the conversation kept replaying in her mind.
I lost composure. But I got what I needed. The task she gave me is complete. Mr. Adjutant, you really are a gentle soul. Someone like you. One day, you'll understand me. That's enough. Now.
Oh? Turning the plan over in her mind, pushed the door open.
I've been waiting a long time.
Oh,
Miss
fuck!
Sophie.
Well, that's not good. What the fuck? That's really not good. Alright, really quickly, I'm gonna get some more coffee. And while I do that, you guys will get more cats. Cat stream, here we go. Let's go. No. This story has got me terrified right now. Like, Rosen with Sophie? That is not good. I don't know if Sophie knew Rosen was there or if Rosen just appeared either. Give me a sec, though. We're gonna give you guys a cat stream while I get more coffee and water. As you lucky guys, you get a big close-up of that beautiful face. Right back. You can see he was totally locked into the I set up a bird feeder right across the way on my balcony for the sole purpose of having him entertained so that he can watch the birds while I'm doing stuff. Experience and stages will no longer consume first. Nope. Not doing that. We don't need power sync mode either. Alright, I did not get water, but I got coffee. I wound up peeing, so I decided water was not necessary.
Is still too high here. Our comms won't link.
Adjutant, then we follow the adjutant's instructions. Clear out the changed and keep an eye on the comm signal. Take this! Treasure, come my way.
Target under control.
You can't escape.
Oh! Oh! My bad. I apologize for that. Thank you, Cal, for letting me know. I completely thought I had done that. Okay. So, the mission has only just started, so we're still good. You guys didn't really miss anything. And we're gonna save her ultimate. Because honestly...
So many changed in this abandoned sanatorium. How can Sophie live here with those two defenseless, sick children? Adjutant.
Good question.
That way. Yeah. The signal just improved a little.
Oh, got it. Tourette, you can't escape. Take this. Be ready for fate.
Target under control.
Take this. The mirror captures
Alright, and
all.
here we go. We'll use it on this.
Cascading light.
Ew. Not that there was any need to. Cracked glass. Oh, that's obvious. Boom.
Cascading light.
Simple enough.
Stars have aligned. Don't hesitate. I sense a malevolent presence. Too easy. May all evil be purged. Break! The elevator seems to go down. But if the Titagen's concentrated below us, shouldn't we be heading up? Restore!
Oh.
You can't
There's no other route. Let's head down for now. I need to map out the whole facility's layout anyway. Might be useful for the operation.
I'm a full-fledged Heimdall operative.
She's a full-fledged Heimdall operative, y'all.
Huh? Adjutant! Found you.
That is cute. Fucking adorable.
I've been waiting a long time, Miss Sophie.
Rosen lounged on the bed, one foot resting on a stool. Behind her stood Esther, gaze fixed on Sophie in the doorway.
Easy, Esther. She's not one of those from outside the walls.
Sophie glanced toward the corner. Lyosha, the older girl, was curled up on the bed, holding a trembling Elena close. Fear streaked this child's face, but fear kept her silent. Sophie moved to the bedside, gently taking Elena from Lyosha's arms and drawing her close.
It's okay. It's okay.
The girl relaxed, sinking into Sophie's arms with a faint whisper.
Miss
whimper.
Rosen, could we speak somewhere else?
I don't care for the place you chose.
Ooh. Rosen lifted her hand, palm open. A dead bird lay upon it. The exposed Titagen shimmered, then dissipated before Sophie's eyes.
What's wrong with here? It's warm, pleasant, good for a little rest, don't you think?
Yeah, okay, fuck that. Sophie, what the hell were you thinking? A metallic clink rang out. Metal clattered to the floor. Sophie watched Rosen's abdomen tighten, then ease, as several flattened bullets were pushed out of the wound.
They're just two innocent children. Do you have to drag them into this?
Bitch, you led her to them!
Depends. Do you even have the leverage to bargain with me?
Sophie choked out a gasp. Too fast to see. A rush of air. And Rosen's hand was already at her throat, slamming her against the wall.
You don't.
Rosen released her hand and sank back into the chair. Sophie slid down the wall, dragging in sharp breaths. In that brief contact, the Titagen within her had been torn away by some force she couldn't comprehend. The wrenching pull inside nearly made her black out.
What's wrong? Regretting you came to me.
You'd better be regretting that. Rosen's a fucking psychopath. How could you ever try to make a deal with her? Still gasping, Sophie braced herself against the bed frame and pushed to her feet.
Let me go. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Oh? Turning me down before I even open my mouth. Esther, did you hear that? The power you've been dreaming of. She can't get away from it fast enough. What will you pay for your life? Let's hear it.
Yggdrasil's research into manifestation's power isn't complete. Suppressing the Deos isn't the ultimate stage of a manifestation's potential.
Oh, interesting. But not good enough, because it's useless to me.
A Titagen blade flashed into being, slicing through the air before burying itself deep in the wall. A lock of hair drifted down. The blade had stopped barely a centimeter from Sophie's neck.
Go on.
The message was clear. Displease her. That blade would finish the cut.
Yggdrasil and the military are preparing to launch a rocket from Northwind Aerospace Center aimed at Mistletoe.
I already knew that.
Another dagger hissed past her neck and struck the wall. One on each side now. A pair of blades pinning her in place like an iron yoke. A thin line of blood traced her neck, so fine it barely showed.
Maybe third time's the charm. Go on.
Silence stretched. Sophie's chest rose and fell. After a long pause, she forced the next words out.
The weapon that nearly killed you. It can only be activated a limited number of times.
Rosen's expression didn't change. She raised a hand, and one of the blades at Sophie's throat unraveled into a shimmering turbulence of energy, flowing back to her palm.
Good. That settles your life. Once. Now then, for refusing me, go on.
Oof. See that? Fucking. To refuse to become a demiurge was to reject Rosen herself, and that meant death. Sophie fell silent, sinking deep into thought. Time stretched. Rosen waited in silence. The room was warm, yet the air felt frozen solid.
I want to end pain from this world. I want to save everyone.
Rosen neither spoke nor moved, just watched. Her eyes narrowed, unblinking, fixed on Sophie's. Under that cutting gaze, Sophie went on. I get the feeling she's about to die.
I have to achieve what I came here for. I have reasons to keep living.
She shoved the blade from her throat. Blood trickled from her fingertips, but she didn't even notice as she stepped toward Rosen.
I've already learned what I needed from the adjutant. His path. Miss Rosen, I want to know yours.
I misjudged you. You're weak, that's true. Yet strong enough to ask me that. As for the adjutant's path, I'll hear it from him myself. I don't need a messenger.
Rosen rose and walked over to Lyosha, the girl lying on the bed. She studied the girl's pale face. Oh shit, is something gonna happen here?
I want a world built on true equality. Not that hollow pretense people like to call fairness. Everyone's rights should measure up to the power they hold. Every right has to be earned that way. Even the right to live.
She's gonna kill the girl, isn't she?
Life goes on only through struggle. Love and kindness rot a civilization from within, letting it fester in its own hypocrisy. Because those things can never be shared equally by society. Conquest and savagery lie in our bones. Only the right to struggle is the truth life grants us all. It's the only creed I live by. It works for me too. Struggle never ends. And that's the only fairness that endures. Death and purging are inevitable. Juvosis and Tytogen are signs of change, the laws of a new age taking shape. The will to survive, to fight and win, that's the only thing I find worth anything.
Oh. I guess she didn't kill Lyosha. Rosen stepped back to Sophie, pressing a hand against someone's forehead, studying her face closely.
Even an ant can shine for a moment when it fights for something. Those who refuse me, die. But only if they're worthy of it. I never meant to kill you. I was merely curious. And now you've turned out to be my kind of person. Ironically, that gives me a reason to kill you. Still, I'm a woman of my word. I'll let you live, for now. As for your path, you haven't earned the right to speak it yet. I'll wait for the day you earn that right. Think carefully about what it means to speak your path aloud, and come prepared next time. Don't disappoint me. I'll be waiting.
She rose with a lazy stretch and left the room. Esther trailed closely after her.
She actually bought it?
Well, shit!
You tricked them both. Not bad at all.
A crimson silhouette shimmered into view behind Sophie. She raised a hand, feeling the warmth. The wound had already sealed, new flesh pushing the scab aside. Like, what the fuck? Etta just appears.
The plan worked.
Etta might actually be dangerous.
He only comes when I get close enough to the rocket. And when he comes, Rosen follows. If I still had my trees, things wouldn't be such a bother. Let them fight. The bloodier, the better. In that case, no one will have time to stand in my way.
So she's gonna let us bleed each other while she reaps the rewards.
Now then, your reward.
Etta waved her hand. Gray Tytogen melted like snow, sinking into Sophie's skin. Then, as suddenly as she had appeared, Etta vanished without a trace. The girl on the bed let out a string of ragged moans. The younger one, already frozen in fear of Rosen and Etta began to sob anew.
It's okay, Elena.
Not sure what to think about this girl right now. I kind of respect how bold she was for playing the field, but at the same time, I feel betrayed.
Yosha's going somewhere beautiful.
No, she's not.
She's borne every sorrow this world could lay on her. Paid every debt it could demand. There's no need for fear. Or for tears.
At Sophie's soothing whisper, Leona's moans ebbed away. The pain left her face. A faint warmth returned to her pallid cheek. You really don't. I've got no idea what she is thinking. Sophie held her hand, her once clenched fingers slowly uncurling, as if the pain had truly gone. The girl opened her eyes and looked at Sophie and Elena.
Miss Sophie, am I really going to paradise?
Nope.
Yes.
You're just gonna become an amalgam of digitized data.
Close your eyes now, Leosha. Rest. Go to a world where the snow never falls again. Rest among warm, untouched blossoms, on sun-dried sheets beneath soft blankets. Olya, Anna, Sonia, they're all waiting for you there. Rest now. We'll find our way to you soon.
Oh, they're not. I think the worst thing here is that that's really not what's waiting for her. She's not gonna meet her friends. She's just gonna become an amassment of data. Her mind won't be her own anymore. She won't have any consciousness or sense of self. As Sophie hummed, Leosha's eyes closed. Her hand slipped gently from Sophie's grasp. Sophie gathered Elena into her arms and went on humming.
The end, oh the end has come.
Establishing comms link. Establishing comms link. Signal locked. Call channel stable.
This is Caroline. Boss, the adjutant's on the line.
Oh, we get to hear Caroline's voice again. Missed that voice.
Yes, ma'am. Patching you through.
Adjutant. I'm listening.
Long story short, the death knell worked, but Rosen's manifested a new ability and got away. Mauser is experiencing physiological anomalies. I've sent the data. Get the medical department on remote assist.
Copy that. Medical team's on standby.
And Rosen's new trick. I suspect that it's tied to Tytogen. I want Saphir on this channel.
Roger. She's near the Eros border. It'll take a second to link her in. Medical team's connected, but still decoding the vitals.
Understood. We'll wait. On the other end, Tao held her breath. Easy. The situation's under control.
Understood. I'll leave you to it.
Adjutant, Sapphire just came online.
Ah, here we are.
Help, Adjutant! Help me!
The fuck?
Please get me out of here. I can't be on a mission with her.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it's Katya. Oh, life. Life? Real? Oh, right, life. Right. Calm down, Saphir. Life's not going to hurt you. I have some questions for you.
Ow! Don't touch me!
Oh dear.
I'm not a cat! Quit grabbing me by the scruff! Ow, ow, ow! Let's not get rough, yeah?
I do remember. Yeah, I remember. I'm not gonna say this is revenge, but this is probably revenge.
Listen carefully and give him what he needs. Don't waste his time.
I do feel kind of bad for Saphir, since she's one of us now. You telling me there are fan comics, Cal? Now? Please share with the audience. But for real, if there are fan comics, like, share them in a, like, give me a link in my Discord so I can see these.
All right. I'm listening.
Alright, let's see what we got here. What do you know about using Tytogen for instantaneous tissue repair?
Huh? How'd you know about my secret ability?
What?
My body syncs perfectly with Tytogen. Give me enough of it, and I'd pretty much become invincible.
And if you use it on someone else?
I'm not sure. Humans react to Tytogen differently.
So how does it actually work?
You need super fine control of Tytogen, like microscopic. Say you cut your hand. You just rebuild the skin layer by layer using Tytogen.
I'm kind of curious, now that she's got a human form, do we ever bed Saphir? Does its strength or hardness change depending on the structure you form?
Of course. If the molecular patterns change, the properties change too. It's, not something I can explain all at once. You can manipulate Tytogen too, right? Try it and see for yourself. You can make it extremely tough, like a Titan's armor.
Please share this page, comic. I want to see this. If you know where it is, send me a link in the Discord.
But whether it's healing tissue or building a shell, you need control down to the micrometer. No, nanometer.
I see. I'll think on it.
Hey, wait! That's my terminal!
Oh boy.
Situation?
Life's voice came through. Without meaning to, my tone softened. It's a bit messy. She got away.
Let me come help you.
I know you want payback, but your mission's more important. Rosen thought taking me out would be easy, so she came almost alone. She was wrong. I came to take her out too. Still, if a demiurge breaks through, it could swing the whole fight in her favor.
If I clear out the demiurges here, can I join you then?
Life is fucking relentless.
Or Katya and I split up. One holds the line, one goes to back you up.
I get it, Life. Really. But we're already stretched thin. Just holding that front is pushing our limits. You two need to stay together. Anyone can slip under pressure. Look at it this way. By keeping the Corwenna forces pinned on the east front, you're letting me focus completely on Rosen.
All right. I'll do as you say. Stay safe.
She hesitated for a moment, then said only that. She knew. Time was running out. I will. I'll bring back good news. The call clicked off, and Caroline's voice cut back in.
Adjutant, the medical team's hit a snag.
Well, fuck me sideways.
From what they can see, Moushier's analgesia is starting to recover.
Ah, so that's what Sophie did.
There's no data explaining why. It's like her body just began repairing itself.
Hold on. Let me think. Then it hit me. We might have been looking at this from the wrong angle. Caroline, batch in the R&D team that built Mauser's exosuit. Keep medical on the line, and give them temporary clearance for the Death Knell project.
Copy that. Frisia's still offline, but the rest of R&D is connected. Bringing them in now.
Alright, that's my third cup of coffee, so no more coffee for me. Caffeine is not good for you in a lot of doses. Certainly, that was the blind spot in the medical team's analysis just now. The Death Knell's clearance level was too high. It never had full access. They understood human physiology inside out, but not how the exosuit or death knell actually worked. Overusing both must have been what pushed her body into this shift.
Adjutant, we've received Maushir's vitals. Can you walk us through what happened out there?
Alright. She activated the death knell 4 times in a row, each one during intense close combat.
That could have caused full cardiogenic shock.
You're telling me this now? It did. We stabilized her with a cardiac stim injection.
That's strange. None of it shows up in the data.
Another manifestation interfered with some kind of special power. Might have thrown off the readings.
There's a manifestation that can do that? Noted. Even so, 3 activations are already the limit. As we've explained before, Miss Maushir's exosuit amplifies her manifestation power, and her theotropic nerves drive the death knell directly. The process is highly taxing. It overloads the heart. Miss Maushir's analgesia is the only reason she can keep it running without passing out.
Wait, so you're telling me if she doesn't have analgesia, she won't be able to use the death knell? So you think the theotropic nerves might have triggered her recovery from analgesia?
That's our best guess for now. We'll need to examine her in person to be sure. Adjutant, we've got a theory of our own. Mind if we share?
Go ahead.
Based on the project data, the death knell operates through the theotropic nerves, and Miss Maushir's analgesia is a neurological defect. It's possible the theotropic nerves either repaired her faulty genes, or the overload somehow reset the damaged pathways in her system.
I mean, the question is whether or not she can push through the pain to actually use the death knell. Like, I imagine it requires a lot of concentration, so being in that much pain, she might not be able to actually activate it anymore. Or she'll activate it, experience the pain, and it won't be able to, or the activation sequence will be disrupted. Meaning this could actually be good for her?
In the long run, yes. But it might cause new complications if she keeps using the exosuit.
So we need to come up with a new exosuit. I see, so there are risks. Thank you for your help. The feed switched back to Tao. Her face still carried the same heavy look. Status on the perimeter?
We're holding for now, but the enemy's spread out. Too many angles to cover. Difficult to intercept them all.
Understood. Don't worry about us here. I have a few new leads to follow up on.
You sure you don't need backup?
Not yet. If reinforcements move in, Rosen might pull back. And she doesn't want me running either. She came to kill me. No doubt about that. We didn't anticipate her new power, but she didn't see the death knell coming either.
Adjutant, your recording of the conversation with Sophie just finished processing. Updated intel's already on your terminal.
Yeah, so it's also very possible that if her analgesia recovers, using the death knell even once will just cause her heart to stop. Copy. We'll compare notes next transmission. I paused, glancing at Tao's hologram. Tao. Plan stands. The operation continues. Adjutant can read her very well now.
Stay safe, Adjutant.
Alright, and there we go. So we are about 3 hours in now. And I am gonna head out. I'd love to play some more, but I got things to do. So before we go anywhere, we're gonna do personal files. We're gonna do this one and this one. And after all this, I might go back here and probably do Mia's. Because she's one of the other ones that I want to fully upgrade right now. Let's, ooh. So let's grab tasks. Claim everything. Complete any stage 2 giggling 2 times. We'll do that later. Valor Pass. Claim them. Claim all. That's cute. Event. Well now. Limited time event discount. What is this? Oh, items. And just make sure that I've got everything I need. So this is the outfit trial. Or the outfit. Yeah. Oh, wow. Jingle of joy indeed. We're gonna really quickly try this. Just cuz. Jingle of joy.
You crashed my merry little party.
You crashed my party.
Spreading cheer one fight at a time.
Alright, let's see what she can do. So, I'm assuming skills. Oh! Okay, so this is literally just...
Wipe me down, will you?
This is just a skin. It's still Fenny's bikini outfit. Okay. It just looks a little more merry.
Surprise! A gift of special love just for you, darling.
I do wonder how those ribbons stay intact. Impressive. I'm very impressed. So and that's Anya Tempest. She's straining hard. And then Haru. Oh wow. That's a gorgeous outfit. I have never wanted a character to step on me more than I do right now. Okay, we're gonna not do that though. Alright. So, what else do we do? Oh, that's... I know what that is. The optimized Heimdall thing. I guess we can do some of this. These are important. We do want these.
Let's make this quick. Got a swim date.
So
with my
really
darling.
quick, we're gonna bump.
Just worked up a little sweat. That's all.
Just gonna blow everything up. Fenny
Hold
Pure
on
Heart's
this
still
for me,
really
darling.
excellent at AoE attacks. I'd say she's probably the best
Hey.
right now outside of
Want
Katya.
another round?
Like literally the only one who's better than her is definitely Katya, who's just stupidly overpowered. In fact, let's see how Katya runs right now. Switch her out for Rhapsody. So she's not fully built, unfortunately, but let's train this one up at the very least. Everything. Bring her up to 9. Okay. So I still need to get her last logistics officer.
Let's make this quick.
Honestly,
Got a swim
Fenny
date
Pure
with my
Heart's really
darling.
easy, I find.
Now this is a bullet storm. My gun
And,
hasn't
yep.
even warmed up yet. I deserve a kiss for that. After the battle, of course.
Yeah, nothing is more ridiculous than Katya.
My mood right now, brighter than the sun.
Like, could you imagine how much easier fighting Rosen would be if we had her with us? I have a feeling Rosen wouldn't stand a chance. Exactly. Exactly. You get it.
This heat
Katya
is
just go
unacceptable.
burr.
I want ice cream
Alright.
after this.
We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this.
Let's finish
And
this in one
boom.
go. My gun hasn't even.
I didn't even need to do that.
I deserve a kiss for that. After the battle, of course.
Yeah. There we go.
A bit of money to buy us a
Annihilated.
drink tonight.
Not too bad, huh?
I will say, Fenny is still one of my favorites, but when it comes to like pure raw firepower, nobody right now can beat Katya. She just demolishes everything. Yeah. And you literally nothing
Let's
any
make
of the
this
other
quick.
characters
Had a
do
swim date
can
with my
compare.
darling.
You really want to? Let's finish.
And
this
here we
in
go
one
again.
I deserve a kiss for that. After the battle, of course.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I'm okay. Just a little warm.
Mm-hmm. So, and I'm really just doing this so that I can get everything. So, Brave Trail. Oh, right, Nightmare. I forgot there are several levels here. I know it's called Nightmare, but honestly,
Let's make this quick.
it's gonna
Had
be
a swim
super
date with my
easy.
darling.
There's
Let's
literally
finish this in one go.
nothing these
My
people
gun
can
hasn't
do.
even warmed up yet. Truth is, I'm the impatient one. Let's wrap this up already.
And that's it.
I'm okay. Just a little warm.
And we're gonna do this. I think we got one more level, one more stage. Yeah, the last stage is Abyss. Purple. Yeah. I mean, you could pull her ultimate
This
weapon,
heat
but
is
there's really no need.
unacceptable. I want ice cream after this.
Now this is a bullet storm. My gun
Katya,
hasn't even warmed up yet.
go. We call it Abyss, and it's like not even close.
My mood right now. Brighter than the sun.
Taiwan Ping Lord, hello. You caught me at nearly the end of my stream, bro. And that's what I was assuming, that we were going to get Mauser for free. I'm going to auto-clear this. Use the rest of my resonance, or whatever this is called. Brave Trail, what do we got here? Claim all. We'll claim everything. Pineapple. Golden Pine Cone. Hey. So we can grab stuff. I do want that, actually. I was not gonna do that, but we get the fiber things. So in one of my
New gears have
one of my
perfect
missions
fit.
is to
Watch what I can do.
get I think 4 characters up to Daewolf's level 4.
Can't escape. Spectre array.
We're just gonna do this. Alright, you.
Be ready for fate.
1,
Calamity encountered,
2.
Serenity bestowed.
Is that it? Okay, that was it.
The stars have aligned. Glad I could help, Adjutant. May all evil be purged. Break!
Boom. I mean, there was really no need for that, but whatever.
Let me see. Mission success!
You know what? Looking at Boo Boo now, I think she might be the second largest character. If you know what I mean. So now let's go to Frontier Trader. What do we want? Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I'm assuming these are boo-boos. Serrated pines. We'll buy them. I am gonna get boo-boos, so we'll buy them.
Something useful too.
And then these, we're gonna... Oh, I can only get 102 of those. Okay. That's fine. Fine for now. Right? Boo Boo's kind of crazy that way. Big trail, we'll grab this too. Okay. Alright, so, and I think I got more tasks to claim, so we'll claim these tasks. And... Oh. Gotta. What that is, claim it. We'll claim it. It's ours now. And permanent. Paper Dreamland, ooh. Healing Leisure District, Healing Center, Hot Spring Retreat. Okay, no, we're not going to do any of those right now. We will go back to the Valor Pass, though, because it looks like we got more stuff to claim. And I think this is more or less all I can do at the moment. Oh, not enough. Okay. No, because I don't have Nita's, I don't have Nita. Like, the one where you get that suit, I don't have her, so I'm not doing it. If I did, I would probably do that. But since I don't really see the point. I mean, I suppose if I get her skin and they do a rerun, I could get her. I would have the skin available on hand, but it's just time right now that I don't have. And I'm doing a lot of things right now. Before I head off, I actually wanted to let people know. I was recently having issues with the manga that I had published. Oh, is it her 4-star version? If it's her 4-star, I might have that. So this one right here. So I was recently having issues with this. It is not on pre-order anymore. It's actually on sale. I'll have to change that. Some of the images were bleeding off the page. Others were black and white. I recently, as of this morning, I went in and spent like 4 hours. Like, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Give me a sec. This one right here. Sorry about that. Some of the images were bleeding off the page. There were black and white images in here. I spent this morning. I spent the last 4 hours going in and fixing it. So as of now, the very first problem was actually right here. Oh, right. Tits. There's tits. There's uncensored nipples in here. I don't know if I can show you. Oh, damn. Well. Huh. Yeah. Because there are nipples and I don't want to be, I don't want to be, like, kicked off Twitch or YouTube. I'll just let you know the problems have been fixed. There are uncensored nipples in here, so I will not show you. If you want a manga that is completely uncensored, please get this. It is cheaper to buy it from me than it is to buy it from every other platform. You know, if you buy from other places, it's $9.99. If you buy from me, it's $7.99. Or you can buy the print version, which is a little more pricey just because it's in full color. I'll show you. And let me find a non-etchy scene that's actually good. Something without uncensored nipples. Oh, here we are. As you can see here, it is full color. If you're curious to know what this is about, it's about a young man named Kevin Swift who saves the life of a fox with two tails and comes home one day to find a naked girl in his apartment. I wonder who the naked girl is. I can't imagine. Who is she? Her name is Lily Nema. She is a fox yokai, and she has decided that Kevin is going to be her mate, whether he wants or not. So it is very much a sort of harem rom-com parody. A bit funny, a bit meta. It would be like if you were to combine like High School DxD with Gintama. Yes, this is the one that I showed in the trailer. I'm gonna put a link in here. This is where you can buy it from, if any of you want to grab it. And if you want to see the trailer, I actually think I can. I think I can show you the trailer really quick. Because I do have a trailer, and it's while it is uncensored.